happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to see this one. Guys, after further investigation, it looks like Miss Stacey Abrams is guilty of more than stealing $2 billion of taxpayer dollars. Guys, I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. Just please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Abrams. The Abrams-founded group New Georgia Project was recently fined $300,000 for violating state election laws in a ruling by the Georgia Ethics Commission. House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, a Republican from Missouri, called it, quote, the largest penalty in the Ethics Commission's history and possibly the largest ethics fine ever issued in the United States, in his letter to IRS Commissioner Melanie Krause. The commission unanimously charged the New Georgia Project with failing to disclose more than $4 million in campaign contributions and more than $3 million in expenditures while backing Abrams' failed 2018 gubernatorial. Do y'all like that word? That's a weird word, isn't it? Gubernatorial campaign. Now, y'all, here is the letter. I am going to use one of my magnificent voices to read this letter to you in case you want to hear the entire thing. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Dear Acting Commissioner Krause, I write today to refer the New Georgia Project, a Georgia-based 501c3 tax-exempt organization, for investigation and ultimately revocation of its tax-exempt status. In January 2025, the Georgia State Ethics Commission, GSEC, fined the New Georgia Project $300,000, the largest penalty in the Ethics Commission's history and possibly the largest ethics fine ever issued in the United States, for illegal contributions to Stacey Abrams' 2018 gubernatorial campaign. The New Georgia Project, which at the time was led by U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock, admitted to 16 violations of state law. The GSEC found that the New Georgia Project failed to disclose over $4.2 million in contributions and over $3.2 million in expenditures during the 2018 election cycle.
And this is just, guys, this is just the beginning. I'm telling you right now, this is all tip of the iceberg. We know that. We should all know that by now with these rogue agents, Democratic officials. Stacey isn't even really a Democratic official, but still, she counts as one of those folks. They always come after Donald Trump. They always try to abuse the system. There's always something else inside of their closet. I'm telling you right now, we've seen that with Letitia James. We've seen that with Fonnie Willis. Her and that boyfriend, Letitia James, abusing, misvaluing her rental properties while coming after Donald Trump or misvaluing Mar-a-Lago. I mean, we all know these rogue agents all have ample skeletons in their closet. It's all a matter of investigation to bring it out. Time to start seeing some accountability, though.
As you know, under Internal Revenue Code Section 501c3, organizations are strictly prohibited from participating in or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate for public office. The IRS may revoke an organization's tax-exempt status or assess excise taxes for certain types of violations if it determines the organization is non-compliant as it relates to political campaign intervention. According to the GSEC's findings, the New Georgia Project accepted contributions and made expenditures for communications of express advocacy in the 2018 cycle to influence the election for governor to the benefit of Stacey Abrams' candidacy along with other statewide candidates. The New Georgia Project's intervention in the 2018 election cycle in support of Stacey Abrams and other candidates' campaigns amounts to a clear violation of their tax-exempt status. The IRS has previously revoked the tax-exempt status of a 501c3 organization for violating the prohibition on political campaign activity. In 2014, the IRS issued a final adverse determination regarding an unnamed organization's tax-exempt status for having participated or intervened in political campaigns on behalf of and in opposition to candidates for public office by publishing and distributing statements. This determination letter cited United States Department of the Treasury Regulation Section 1.501C3-1C3, which states that if an organization engages in certain activities, including participation or intervention in any political campaign, they are classified as an action organization, which is an organization deemed to not have operated exclusively for tax-exempt purposes, and thus is not an organization described in Section 501c3. The GSEC's findings show that the New Georgia Project has participated in activities and events outside of the organization's tax-exempt purpose and should therefore lose its tax-exempt status and be reclassified as an action organization. While the Internal Revenue Code does allow for 501c3 organizations to engage in certain nonpartisan voter education activities that do not constitute prohibited political campaign activity, including public forums and publishing voter education guides, it is clear that the New Georgia Project crossed the line into prohibited activity by intervening in the 2018 election cycle on behalf of Stacey Abrams and several other candidates. As the New York Times wrote in January 2025, the New Georgia Project's admissions raise questions about whether it had also violated the provision in federal tax law that bars tax-exempt charities from endorsing candidates. I request that you use your authority to make this referral a priority and make certain the IRS moves quickly to examine and revoke the tax-exempt status of the New Georgia Project. Thank you in advance for your time, cooperation, and response. If you have any questions, please contact Ways and Means Majority Staff at...
Talk about a backfire, you guys. Not only did $2 billion Stacey Abrams break the rules and still lose the election, but she broke the rules, lost the election. Now she's being forced to pay the largest fine of $300,000, largest penalty we've ever seen for this violation. Oh my goodness, huge backfire on her behalf.
225 XXXX.
So we're seeing with Stacey Abrams, y'all, like, you know how anything Midas touch turns to gold? Well, it seems like Stacey Abrams right now, at least for the time being, y'all, seems like whatever she touches is turning to lead, y'all. I mean, she even had Elon Musk call her out. Check this out.
Is it incompetence that you're finding, or is this like the biggest money laundering scheme in the history of the world that you're finding?
Look, I think it's mostly, if you say, look, what's the waste to fraud ratio?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like 80% waste, 20% fraud. But you do have these sort of gray areas.
Yeah.
Example
would be, so we saw a lot of payments going out of Treasury that had no payment code and no explanation for the payment, and then we're trying to figure out what that payment is, and we'd see that, okay, that contract was supposed to be shut off, but someone forgot to shut off that contract, and so the company kept getting money.
See, now that right there, I don't know if that's incompetence, negligence, but it definitely seems like this is not mistakenly done. They're doing this on purpose. They're saying, oh, we forgot about it, but meanwhile, their buddy, their best friend, their cousin is still getting that money, getting that contract money, knowing dang well he's not done any work. How long? Since the contract's in, oh my goodness. Elon Musk, leave it up to him. This is why they keep trying to come after him, destroying his plans, coming after Tesla owners and the charging stations, because Elon Musk is getting to the bottom of it. They would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that meddling Elon Musk and his Department of Government efficiency. Let him know, Elon.
But someone forgot to shut off that contract, and so the company kept getting money.
Wow.
Now, is that waste or fraud?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
I mean, you know you're getting something you're not supposed to get.
You're not supposed to get it, but the government sent it to you, and nobody from the government asked for it back. Or take, for example, the $1.9 billion given to Stacey Abrams, a fake NGO.
Utter insanity.
Explain that. Forget it, don't know the story.
That's corrupt. That's just corrupt, I think. That's paying off cronies at that point.
1,000%.
Yeah. And by the way, she knew. Like when you get $2 billion, you don't not.
That's not an accident.
That's not.
Allegedly, it was for like, environmentally friendly appliances or something, and they've given like 100 appliances so far for $2 billion. It's a very expensive toaster.
But they're really nice.
It's one hell of an appliance.
That Sub-Zero fridge, boy, it's nice.
Right. This is obviously one of the biggest scam fraud holes we've uncovered, which is really crazy. Is that the government can give money to a so-called nonprofit with very few controls, and then and there's no auditing subsequently of that nonprofit. So there's no. So this is where with the 1.9 billion to Stacey Abrams, they then give themselves extremely lavish, like insane salaries, expense everything to the nonprofit. Buy jets and homes and all sorts of things.
Live like kings and queens.
Yes.
On the taxpayer dime.
Correct.
You mentioned,
and this is happening at scale. It's not just one or two. We're seeing this everywhere.
Yo, there we have it, guys. 3 different investigations being opened up into Miss $2 billion Stacey Abrams. I bet she never thought this day was going to come. She thought she was going to fly underneath the radar, unnoticed, untouched, with $2 billion of taxpayer funding. So glad, thankful, thank the Lord that we've got Doge and Elon Musk to sniff out, audit where our federal government is spending our tax dollars. And like I said, this is very tip of the iceberg. This is the beginning of this madness. Maybe we even seeing the Trump curse coming from Miss Stacey Abrams. I mean, we've seen it in the past. These agents that have come after Donald Trump, they're all funky. Heck, even Jack Smith was funky. He wasn't even a legitimate appointment of that special counsel seat, but he was still gun-ho getting after Donald Trump. And honestly, that's what I think we're going to see here. Miss Stacey Abrams has opened up a very special can of worms, guys. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Excited to hear what you guys have got to say on this. Comments are open. Hop in there. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one week.